Hi folks, this is Rose from In Rose's Garden, and today we're going to work on a really simple necklace, a bar necklace, using beads from our SoftFlex's Design Challenge Kit, Birds of a Feather. We're also going to use this beautiful boho bead as our focal. This was the main bead in the bead strand. Now the bead strand is a separate purchase than the kit, but I usually get it. I think they're worth it. So let's turn down and I'll show you what we're going to do. Okay, I have got some Beadalon 20 gauge German style wire. I've got some chain. I haven't cut it yet because I'm not exactly sure. I want this to be about 20 inches, but I'm not sure how long the bead strand will be. I've got a lobster claw and a small jump ring to go on one side and a large jump ring for the other. And what we're going to do with this bar is we're going to put this focal between these two, well, what I jokingly call disco balls. Then we'll have the champagne cube, one of the gold spacers. Come on, gold spacers, stand up there. There we go. And it'll be right like this. Just a simple little bar necklace. Then of course we'll have the wire through it. It'll be wrapped loops on either end and the chain will hook on to that. So let's see how long this is. It's about 3 inches. So since I want it to be about 20 inches, we're going to cut our chain we need at least 8 inches of chain on either side. A little bit more maybe. So if it's a little longer, that's fine. Well, it would be fine a little shorter too, but we're going to go with 8.5 inches of chain here. So we'll cut this right here. And then we'll get an identical sized one for the other side. Now you can do this one of two ways. Just measure it like you did the original one, or you could put them together so that you know that they are exactly the same. Now I'm not going to worry about exactly the same because we're going to have the lobster claw on one side and the jump ring on the other, so that will make 2 different sizes anyway. So there's the chain. Of course we'll want, if there is a shorter size of chain, we'll want the shorter one to go with just the jump ring. So let's see if I did get them pretty good here. Looks like one is a little bit longer than the other by about 2 links. So we'll have to make sure when we put this together that the one with the 2 links gets the, in fact, let's do that right now. Let's just put them on the end. It doesn't matter if they're on now or later. So we will, come on, let's do this so we make sure we get the right one here. So now they're saying they're the same size. I must have had them held badly before. Let's see. Come on, you guys. No, you're not the same size. One's a little teeny bit longer. So here's our longer one. So I'm going to take the longer one and I'm going to open up this larger jump ring here. And put it on one end. Now I say this doesn't matter because even though we're going to wrap the chain up into our wire, this side would be free when we're doing that. So we'll just keep working that up. So there is our jump ring on, I believe it was our longer one. I hope it was. Yes, it was. So there's that. Now we're going to take the small jump ring and our lobster claw. And I never tested this. I should have done that. Oh yeah, it's working great. Open this small jump ring up. hook it through the chain and our lobster claw. Now we can close that baby up. There we go. So our 2 chain pieces are ready to go on as soon as we get our wire on. So, because this is 3 inches, my wire has a bit of a bow here on the end of it, so I'll probably cut that bow off if I can't get it to come out. Let's see if my flat nose pliers will help that. That's good. So we need at least the 3 inches, then enough to wrap. So I'm going to cut it right here. Oops, oh, baby, don't lose that. And then we'll set this aside. And let's see, measure how much I did get out here. It's a bit wonky wire here. I need to straighten it as much as I can here. But we got out 7 inches. We probably don't need that much because that's 4 inches more than our strand, but I would prefer to have extra than not enough. And this end over here is sharp, though it probably will get cut off in the end anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But so then we take and go down about, I'm going to go down about this much because I'm hoping for 4 wraps. Get our bell making pliers out, stepped once in here, go over the small, down and around, bring her over, and I've got this bent, so we got to straighten that out. And before we wrap, we want to feed one of our chains in. So let's just grab a chain, slide it up and in, and then we're going to wrap this up. So we'll bring these together. Just bring our wires together like so, and then hold on to it right here just above where they came together. Then we'll take a second pair of pliers and wrap this up. Come on, you, behave. Now I'm going to put on probably 4 wraps because that's what usually ends up when I do the bend at the end. So we want to be consistent as we can. So now we'll cut this last tiny tail off here and tuck it in. I bent it there, so we don't want to bend it. And that looks like it's still not tucked all the way, so we'll grab it again and tuck it better. There we go. And now we're going to just feed on our beads. So we'll start with this blue pearl, but first I'm going to see if I can't straighten my wire just a little bit more. There we go. Just go down the line till we have everything in. Now this bead does not have a hole, so you just try and get it in the middle as much as possible. I think I did pretty good. And as you can see, I did give myself a lot of extra wire, and that's all right. So now what we want to do is we want to form our second loop let's make sure we get it going the same way as this one is. So this is going this way, so we'll put our pliers in and bend her over to that direction. Now we'll take our bell making plier again, put the big one down on the bottom and the small one on the top, up and over and around, bring her over and straighten her up a little bit. Now leave a little bit of a gap because you got to put your chain in there still. So let's grab our other chain and slide it through here and onto the loop. Looks like I didn't leave quite big enough of a gap because it didn't slide on easily, but we can definitely get it to go on. We may have to open it a little bit. And yeah, it's not got a very big gap there, so we'll just take it like here and just open it like you would sort of a jump ring. And that didn't really open, it bent the other side better. So let's get that a little better here. Now see, it slid right on that time, which is great. So now again, you take it, take hold of it here, push them together, and then you're going to take your second pair of pliers and wrap this up. Now you're going to have to be careful because now you've got all of the other components on here, and your wire may try to grab your chain or slide sideways. There's a number of different things it might try to do. So there we go. I think I have the amount of loops I wanted. This one should have had one more, but that's all right. Cut that off and tuck this a little bit in. Okay. Now we need to do any straightening that we need to do on it. See how it looks a little bowed here? That's fine. And I also want to put a little bow in the middle of our, so it doesn't hang straight across. So it has a little bow. So let's just take our fingers and give it that little bow. See if our wires are hanging in about the same spot. This one needs to, there we go. So there is our necklace. Because we already have our hardware on, it is finished. So we'll just hook it together here. Isn't that pretty? Very simple, but very pretty little necklace. So there we go. So here we go. Here is our simple little bar necklace using beads from Birds of a Feather from a SoftFlex's Design Challenge Kit. I think it turned out really lovely. It's a gorgeous little necklace. And anyway, I hope you enjoyed making this with me. It is, like I say, very simple, but very elegant, very pretty. Turns out really cute. See how it's going to hang just like right in there. And very pretty necklace. Again, these are beads were from SoftFlex's Design Challenge Kit, Birds of a Feather, and one bead from the Strand. This has been Rose from In Rose's Garden, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.